Hey guys, this is Spanky, and this isn't going to be a covered call lesson. I'm just going to kind of show you a quick example and how you can use covered calls in your everyday trading. I was talking with Josiah, and he was kind of pointing out the fact that, hey, if we had a trade that went, we had to hold overnight, or it just didn't move like we had wanted to, could we use a covered call? And 100% you could. And then I'm looking at IMPP because it's something that Josiah likes to trade. Several of you probably are in IMPP right now. It is trading right now. It's 37.86 cents per share. So you could buy 100 shares for $37.86. And can you do a covered call on it? Yes, you can. It has weeklies available. You don't have to trade monthlies all the time. That is kind of like the traditional conservative covered call strategy. But with IMPP, they do have weekly calls. And you're looking at this, you're like 2 cents, 1 cent. 100 shares is $2. Now let's look at the return on that. We got a $2 premium, $37.86, $37.86. Right here. It comes to 5.2%. Oh, that's your return on that one covered call. It expires next Friday. So let's say that you stayed in IMPP over the weekend, and it moved. I think it moved in your favor about 0.5%. And well, you're like, okay, do I want to sell and take a less of a return, or do I want to hold it and maybe make some more? Well, there's another option. On this case, we could actually, if it didn't move at all, we could still make money on it by selling a covered call and make 5.2%. But what we'd hope to do, we know it probably isn't going to the 50-cent call here, because your 85% chance is how much probability the call is going to expire worthless, which is good for us, remember. So that 2 cent goes to $2, and we keep the $2. So what we can do here is, let's say IMP goes 2% higher, 0.3786, and then 0.3786 times 1.02, 0.38661. So let's say next week around Thursday it gets to 0.3861. Sorry for my handwriting, guys. That's a 2%. And then you go back in and you can buy back your covered call for probably $1 at that point, and cancel out that trade and drop your 5.2% to 2.6%, and then your total return will be 4.6%. And or you can let that expire worthless, and it'll be fine, and you get to keep the 5.2 plus the 2, and that's 7.2% return. And now the 5 days you held it is pretty close to a little bit more than 1% a day. So that's great. And I'm just showing you a couple things, and I would say don't quite use this yet, and unless you just want to play around with it. And I wouldn't use it on thousands of dollars for sure, because there are a couple other factors here. And one way we can check to make sure we can do this is go into the call and look at the open interest. Make sure you got open interest 27,915, and you got volume, so 558. You don't want to come in and say the $1 call it's got a lot of open interest. It's got a lot less volume. There's probably even some, see there, you got 0 volume, open interest. But I mean, why would you go with the 2 instead of the 1? Because you got the same premium. Anyways, guys, that wraps it up. Think about it. Think outside the box. Get stuck in a trade. Think about doing a covered call. So just go through the mental process of doing it and see what you can do. All right, guys, trade safe. Have a good one. Bye.